Hello, hello, hello. Hello. All right, cool. I think we got that set. All right. Hey guys, how's everybody doing? It's ELI'S.JYESTHA, and I haven't been on here in a while because I haven't found my earphones, so I had no way to be able to talk to you guys and show you guys my PowerPoint of this month transit, which is Sun transit in Taurus. Sun transit in the second house. Okay, so I'm going to be breaking down um, everything. Every time I make a transit video, I want to break down every single thing as much as I can. Okay, now I know live is forever, so I can be talking forever and forever and forever and forever, but that's that doesn't benefit you guys or myself. Okay, I have one mission, and one mission is just to give you guys the knowledge I have, the wisdom I have, and just you know present any confusion and clear that up within anybody's head. Okay, so today's video and discussion topic is Sun transit in Taurus predictions, and the sun started in Taurus, which was April 20th when it hit its first degree, if I'm not mistaken, or 0 degree, however you want to put it. And then on May 20th, that's when the sun will officially be shine and beginning or ending in Taurus, which will be the 29th degree. Okay. And now, what is the sun? The sun is growth. The sun is benefits. The sun is shining. The sun is humility, humility, humility. The sun is honesty. The sun is um, presentation and presence and present. Okay. What is Taurus? Taurus is your owning, your monetary gain. Okay. Um, your value, your valuable, your value, and of course how you see things. And also, I kind of want to present Taurus for morale. Okay, I believe um the second house, the more a human has, the more kind of the belief system is more so shifted because of what they have. So I kind of want to. I know ninth house is of course just you know natural belief, just of just like religion, belief system, spiritual path, but the second house Taurus is what we have and what we own. And necessarily not just that, how we see things throughout life. What is your natural vision? Like what is your natural raw, uncut um views? Okay. Second house is how you see things. So it's your views. What is your views upon subjects? Okay. Since this second house is feeding off of eighth house and vice versa, you're gonna get into what presents itself is necessarily just as deep as what doesn't present itself. That's that's the second house. That's how people are. What you might see may not be what is more so in the present moment. You might see somebody with I would say a nice vehicle, and they have nice clothes, but that day they might have got kicked out of the house, or their house has been repossessed or whatnot. However, I'm just naming situations to where the values change due to circumstances. Okay. Okay. What is transit? Transit is a period of time to where it is transit is basically the presentation of where the planets are at this current moment of time or any moment of time. So, for instance, if I wanted to know what is the degrees of the planets tomorrow, then I would just go ahead and look at the transit and look at the numbers and look at the degrees within the transit to interpret what might be necessarily happen with the day or the next day or the future, okay? Whatnot. All right. So the transit is basically present, okay? And then predictions is what I am going to determine what all this messy shit is, okay? Sun and Taurus symbols, okay? So I want to start off by saying colors. The colors is green, white, um, brown, purple, and pink. Also want to put fifth house could be gold, but also want to put the color gold for Taurus as well. See, gold is gold. What we would say sun, because sun is systematically the the systematically I would say bright. And when I not just say bright, I mean what is the most noticeable, even in the dark. When you go out and you see people, what is the most noticeable thing about them? Yeah, we could just say the ascendant is there. The ascendant planet may not be on the head, so you're not just going to be like, oh, this person is this sign. But if you the sun appears. So with that being said, I want to put gold and like two. When you put on a chain, when you put on jewelry, that is second house. Okay, and I go into detail of why and how. Okay, now day of the month is Friday. Okay, so Venus. Okay, benefic planets. The home planet is Venus. I want to just put that out there. The next planet I believe is Saturn. Moon, I really feel like wherever Moon is the most complicated planet inside anybody's chart is because Moon moves every second. I mean, not every second, but every day. Okay, it moves very, very quick. So Moon is the most complicated planet. So whatever house the moon might be in, that's where it might affect you. So I know in a lot of these videos you're gonna see me put moon as a benefic planet, which is a beneficial planet, but really I put it in both necessarily signs sometimes because I believe it really determines where moon is at no matter what sign it's in due to the factor of it moves through signs quick every month, every day. Anyways, the bad planets, the malefic planets, is Mars, Sun, Saturn, Mercury. Okay. Um, I go into detail later about Mars. I wanted to say this: Mars, with this planet is also known as Ideal, or I will per se, for instance, the sign of death, due to this the due to the opposition sign, which is eighth house. Okay, I want to go into depth, but Mars has the natural tendency to be very frivolous with the actions in the second house. Okay, due to eighth house complications and the natural and also natural second house obligation. When Mars be in second house, it has some sort of obligations towards this action. Okay, that's the value. It necessarily doesn't even mean anything. It just necessarily it could go for terrible, valuable reasons for itself, or for just matters of just pure chaos and unreasonable amounts of anger and precision towards revenge. That's how Mars in the second house might play out for individuals. Okay, huge. I don't want to go too deep into the negatives. I'll probably do like a video of every sign, the pros and the cons, like the cons and the negatives, and like the things you'll see of what sign it might be if it's bad and good. I'm gonna do the videos of that in the nearby future. I'm glad I found one of my earphones because honestly I was supposed to then do this video, but I should like necessarily soon I'll have way better audio and I'll have a camera so you guys could be seeing more things and I'll have more for you guys. Okay, so you guys could I could, you know, grow this even more with everybody. All right. Anyways, the sun can necessarily be bad. The Saturn can be bad. Saturn plays a hard part with second house regardless. I know it's the Earth sign, but I believe it does good only in the 10th and the eighth house. Okay, and the second house is good too. Don't worry, but it really depends what sign too. Not only what planet, but what sign Mars is in at that moment of being in the second house. Like or what position the if it is in Taurus, Taurus, what house it might be. Okay. Lakshmi and Aphrodite is the deity. Okay. Lakshmi is uh really the Vedic deity for money and wealth. Aphrodite is the goddess of war, which is the fight for wisdom and femininity and beauty and wealth as well. Okay. Now luxury, yeah, luxury, Aphrodite. Oh shit, I didn't mean for you guys to see that. All right. Now we will be going into natural interpretations. Hey Eli, what the hell does natural interpretation mean? Natural interpretation means basically is no matter what house the sun might be in for everybody, these are the natural signals that everybody will have to partake in, or they might express outside. Okay, outside themselves. Okay, when the sun gets in any sign, there is no preparation. Okay, you know why? Because the sun is always there. Okay, the sun is always prepared. There's no reason. Oh, get ready for no. It's as soon as you wake up, as soon as 12 hit, there it goes. It's overwhelming, of oozing of just life. Okay, that's why fifth and 11th houses want to be ultimate houses. Anyways, we're gonna go back to Sun and Taurus transit natural interpretation, April 20th through May 20th. Okay, I'm gonna just talk about. I'm good with the benefits when it comes to the sun because the sun is necessarily, in my opinion, the most benefit planet. All right, but there could be there could be a chance of growth in salary and income. Okay, um, there could there could be a chance of one of noticing eating habits. Okay, so the second house is what you eat. Second house has everything to do, or Taurus has everything to do with your eating in general, your eating habits, your 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 specific eating type. What type of food are you? Are you carnivore? Do you only eat meat? Do you only eat vegetables? Do you only eat this? Do you only eat that? That is the second house. Okay, it is in the department of food. Okay. Oh, why we want to say second house? Why we want to say that, Elon? Okay. Everybody needs to eat. Okay, I want to say this for instance. They have a WW3, right? What is the first thing you need to do to take out people? Starve to death. Make eating the hardest thing to do. People don't see it, but you can die off of food. And I mean off of fight. Civilization is beautiful due to the fact of second house. Everybody wants to eat. Now, not even one. Everybody needs to eat. Now, with that being said, with goods and all that, food is most necessarily, besides money, the most, no, if not the most important thing in life. You do not eat for a long time, you do not live. Literally. Okay? Anyways, I want to just say this too. Second house has that type of appeal to where necessarily the simple things might be white. When it comes to the second house, simple thing is not even, it's not simple. Things that they can see, if you have a lot of second house placements, you could say not only do you see past the future, but it's like you accommodate the simple simplicity of not of life, natural nature. Okay, people who have Taurus or second house um has that natural ability to withstand um whatever their environment is partaking in. Okay, meaning when you say to somebody, what is their value? You don't want to just say, oh, what is your value? You don't want to be mean. You want to be like, but what is in value? What is so, what do you attract? Okay, okay. What do you find important in life? Okay, what do you, what do you stand on? Okay, and not just necessarily stand on. Like second house has that ability to have. Okay, you eat, and like I want to go back to that simple thing that I said about eating food. When you eat food, right? if they made food hard, right? Food would be one of the most not just hardest things to get, but it would be the um most important thing that people would pay attention to in life. Forget watching other people, forget doing this, forget doing that. You don't eat, you don't it's hard to get a gallon of milk, it's hard to get a gallon of water. Watch how people react, okay? Watch how people will react. Alright, so there could be a visitation from people who are part of your childhood that could like shine some sort of oh, that's a typo. That's how I know I ain't been on here. Well, there could that could shine some sort of spiritual. I meant to put spiritual. Okay, so people people who have people who are part of your growing stages of life. Okay, people you have went through a deep transformation with, where you have some deep intimacy moments. Now, when I say intimacy, no, I do not just mean sex, okay? Since the eighth house is the opposite. Mm. Mm. The second house is intimacy too and love, okay? Okay, forget the money. What makes people this valuable to? The way this person makes you laugh, that's valuable to you. The way this person in your life may say a specific word, that's valuable to you. Maybe because you notice how they say that particular word, but what that specific word, those specific lines, those those specific things can make your day feel like as if you earned $100. Okay, those secret moments are those important moments because second house is important. Okay, what you see is what you get. So if you're in a line of sight or not this that where your five senses is channeled, that's what the second house is. Okay. See, with spiritual transformation, right? Spiritual transformation is natural transformation as well. You could take that in hand. Lil PN used to work at McDonald's, and now 3 years later, he all of a sudden owns um three companies. Now his average salary is what 500,000, went from 25,000 to 500,000 a year. So those are called breakthroughs and natural. See, that's where I was heading. See, something like that, nobody would see that as like impossible. Like, oh, that person worked there one time. I will never be able to see them, such and such. And I'm not talking about me, but I'm just talking about people in general. And so, what I like to call that person who, let's say that imaginary person who did make it like to the five, like 100, 1 million a year or 500 million a year, however that is. Um, you start to say that's natural, that's 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 conscious, a pivotal transformation. That is earth spiritual transformation. Okay, and I don't know how to say it, but people be, people wouldn't look at that as spiritual when when somebody hit the lottery or when somebody, but that is spiritual good blessing. See, second house is your spiritual good blessing. Okay? What do you own in life? We sit here every day. We we buy these things, we do this, we do that. When you buy that thing, when you buy these, like, well, how I'm about to buy these earphones, I own them. What is that worth in the earphone? Second house is sequencing. It's sequencing. Okay? It must have a sequence. Okay? I buy the earphones. Okay, now what is the value? What is that nature of what I can do? What do I see? What can I present with naturality of value of this balancing earphone? I can guarantee it's a million people right now who need earphones, right? And all those million people have different things they got to do with their earphones. For example, I need earphones. I need to buy earphones so I can speak out loud and do a PowerPoint for you guys. Also need a web. Also need to buy a webcam so you guys can see what is that value off of doing those two things. Question mark. It might be in a sense that, hey, I might gain more followers. I might gain more views. See, that is the second house. The second house. Okay, let me just go to the next one. All right. There could be a chance that foods and sightseeing in your five senses are heightened during this time. So your five senses is what? Your your sight, your hearing, um, your touch, um, what is the five senses again? I really forgot. But oh, your it's always with the mouth. Your sight, your sight, your ears, or your hearing, your sight, your taste, your touch, and um I forgot the last one. I really forgot the last one. What is the five senses of the human body? Okay, sight, hearing. Okay, there we go. Sight, hearing, touch, taste, and smell. All right, so all those things are increased in this month. Why is those things increased? During this time, this month has that natural taste of prosperity, motivation, okay, um, um, answers from feedback, okay, um, second house sends out that feedback, okay, Taurus sends out that feedback, okay, so, okay, um, if eighth house is the things you do not see coming, second house and eighth house is the things you do see you know it might be coming, but you don't say anything. Second house is what you know might be coming, but you will say something. Second house is more so confrontational. Why is second house confrontational? Okay. Mm. Second house is the earth sign. So it has that type of immediate. Did I put the did I put the element in here? No, I didn't put the element in here. Element is earth. So the element of Taurus is earth. Okay. For anybody who didn't know. Now what the freak was I about to say? Oh yeah, I was about to say, okay, so um I really forgot. Jesus Christ. All right, going to the next one. Intimacy with significant partners may be stiff or at a clear stand. Still, due to resources at this time, be very generous during this time. So now, Earth, eighth house, eighth house is what people find secretly valuable about you. Second house is what people find like tightly about you. Just the natural things about yourself that just is unmissing. Meaning in a sense that you cannot hide. Okay. So, um, relationships when it comes to the second house gets very complicated, not only because the eighth house is there, but due to the fact of the significance of resources. Okay. Now, with the five senses, you have to be very, very particular about those five senses. Due to the fact those are the natural inclinations of our existence, or of our addiction. What do you like seeing? Okay. What do you like touching? Okay. What do you like? What do you like? Like, what is your natural? See, eighth house is your hidden obsession. Second house is your natural pleasure. What is so obvious of your pleasure? Your natural sins. Your sins are what is so seen but so strong. Okay. So intimacy with partners has to be an issue for second house because of feedback. Okay. Feedback is the ultimate do say when it comes to second house. If there is not clean feedback, second house will get very irritated, even if it is in a good place. All right. Exploitation of your personal value is taken very high during this time. Your reactions and your own personal actions are indeed to be taken into note at this moment. So, what the hell is I about to do? I always do this. Okay, so the sun gets when the sun gets in Taurus, and why I wrote this because when the sun gets in Taurus, right, it it gets only surrounded to where the monetary things in life is significant. Okay, but eighth house is significant as well. Okay, you need certain things in order to fill the eighth house. You need certain things in order to fill the second house. Okay, The eighth or the second house is reviews. That might be eighth house, but second house loves that too. When eighth house, second house is just split when just in naturality. Okay, we go whenever I say something that's second house. Whenever anything on the surface is second house. No, I'm not saying second house is not deep. Second house is about as deep as it gets, but it's more so significant. The most significant. Okay, it makes the plane and the surface look more so like a robot who has detailing on everything that is in sight. Second house is intuition as well. Second house is intuition as well. Export personal gain is necessary right now. Security with resources is the most essential necessity. Okay. Taxes shall take a final commence of transformation during this transit. There is a chance of a sporadic differences. So I remember was watching the news again. When it comes to this tax thing, we want to put it inside the second, eighth, and the seventh, because that all has to do with people and money. We want to put in 11 too because it's society and it's a part of the future. But that exchangement with taxes and whatever tariffs is, I'm not really sure. I gotta do my information. It is the definition of the second house. Okay, people who do not like me, or I don't want to say just like me. I'm just saying people who is misunderstood of how it works and it manifests of tariffs and all this stuff with money and how taxes be different and all this. This will definitely affect everybody's second house, which is your buy. Your is what you buy daily. Like what your have, okay? What you have to have. Your obsession, your everyday obsession, okay? Your inclination of addiction, okay? Personal gain is um how people secretly feel about you will be more expressed at work during this time of sun transit towards. So not just at work, just during that just people's feedback for anything, whether whoever it is for your life, um, you will kind of get a natural signification of their hidden motives, um, or you would feel like a bull in the sense of feeling like unnecessary things of what you sense could be at a stepping stone. So your senses might be more um stronger, okay? It might be on steroids. So be very careful of your necessary um your natural reactions, okay? Necessities are needed during this transit. Personal value is in full throttle right now. People are wanting to become more value during this period of time. Aesthetics are more common, like jewelry, what's that thing called? Uh, what is that thing called? Grills, anything, anything with anything with facial, and then also there could be a health review through through, through dentistry. So there might be a review of going to the dentist or just teeth checks or and by the way, people do not know this, but your teeth plays a, a probably a number one sign of how your health is. So make sure to take care of your health. Make sure to take care of um, your psych psych and also too, your teeth has a lot to a lot to do with how you psychologically are. Okay, you want to see how somebody psychologically is? Check their teeth. I'm serious. Check their fucking teeth. Check their smile, and then check their eyes. Check their facial. I will give you a lot of indications of their psychological skill and psychological behavior. Okay. Anyways, there could be a help. Oh yeah. Voice textures are emphasized. So voices, sayings, words, but not just like oh communication. I'm just saying style and the tone and the volume, and all that to do with voicing and echo, all that. Everything everything that has to do is has to do with the second house, which is Taurus. Okay. Side vision is increased during this time, making design of any sort stand out. So, beautification of artistry, literally, I want to say with music, or of course, literal art will be very, I would say, um, ex, uh, ex, not just exploited, but more so, more so your artist skills would be more so stronger or just more so creative. Okay, when it's gets into it. All right, this is it for now. I'm probably gonna do Sun and Taurus transit probably tomorrow in the houses 1 through 6. Um, I'm gonna do more videos. I kind of just been slipping up, guys. So anybody who's watching, anybody who cares, anybody who sees these videos, stay in tune more. This is only beginning. This is not a stop. This is a journey. I guess. Peace. Love you guys.